Ladies and gentlemen and Votan of all sizes, thank you for coming in for a late night of painting and chilling. Oh, this is Lamentably here, and let me tell you what, it's been a long week. It's been a little bit of a rough week, but I am eager to set in for the next hour and just chill with everyone here. Hooey. Tonight made a small little addition to the studio. Ladies and gentlemen, a proper airbrush holder. Let me tell you, I was not prepared for how well this would fit. It's perfect. I'm blown away. I'm so happy. I'll have to worry less about it clogging. It'll be easier to help keep the airbrush clean, make sure that everything stays in top working condition, so I am ecstatic. So, the big plan for tonight, we got to start putting transfers on this fantastic new Vindicator. Let's put our first one in the pot. Yep, great big old lamentable heart. We'll stick it here on the side. So, let's put our lovely couple back to the back. Let's move our water pot to the front. Let's move our bearded devils for Dungeons and Dragons off to the side. Let's also put this little cap or little pot holder, what's it called? Reservoir, onto the airbrush since we got a nice new spot for it. And then let's find our technical art coat. Technical art coat is my very favorite way to stick a transfer onto a mini. And if I don't find it in a second, I'll just go for some matte varnish. But I'd much rather use that art coat. Let's see. Watch, I'm going to look for it. I'm going to stick the transfers on, say I can't find it, and then it won't be till the very end that I do. Isn't that how it always works? Let's take a quick look around. I'm not seeing it. Well, could it be? No. All right. Matte varnish it is. Let me also pull out my chapter customizer model sheet. By model, I mean transfer. Let's also pull out the new 10th edition vehicle sheet. Oh. Here we go. Here it is. Here's also the marine one, because I've actually used up all the fire support ones, so I'll stick a marine one here on one of the sides somewhere. But we're getting pretty close to needing to peel that sticker off, so let's prod it a little bit, just make sure that it's coming off okay. Oh, yep. It's about ready to slide off. So, in lieu of the technical art coat and its fancy pot, we'll just take a couple drops of matte varnish to start. Here we go. Just a little bit. Then we'll take a little bit of water, put it in the matte varnish, and we'll prep the area where we want to deposit the water slide transfer here on the side of the vehicle. Since it's a big sticker, a big transfer, we'll just put a little bit down here in the center where we'll plan on sticking the transfer. I'm having a very hard time not calling it a sticker. We'll pull it out of the water, plop it here on the side of the vehicle. One nice thing about it being a water slide transfer instead of actual sticker is you'll see that I did not put it down straight. So I'm going to fix it because it's not stuck on like a sticker would be. I got a little bit of wiggle room to pick it up and move it around. Nice. And if I were smart and came prepared, this is where I would use a Q-tip to roll over the edges of the sticker. Roll over the edges of the transfer and help it stick. However, I did not come with a fresh one, but I do happen to have a serviceable one from some brush maintenance work. So we'll just roll it over the side like this. You'll notice that this sticker has a little bit of this transfer, because it's not a sticker, it's a transfer, has a little bit up on the top from when I spilled that, what's this called again? The Druky Violet the other night. So here we go. The reason why we roll over it with a Q-tip is so that the edges blend a little easier and so that we're not left with an ugly outline. So here we go. That's looking pretty good. To try to obscure this purple, I'll probably do a little bit of Rhinox hide on a sponge to give it a natural grime wear and tear on it. But yeah, that's a nice looking transfer. So that's one water slide transfer down. It's time to slide some other ones on there. Let's see what we got. So I already know that I'm going to do one of these Space Marine fire support transfers, probably in a small spot like up here or here on the side. Oh yeah, probably should be on the left side actually, maybe in this spot over here. I'll stick one of these fancy numbers on it, maybe a 3 or a 4 on it. And then what else be good? I want to stick one of these on it somewhere. Maybe here on the back hatch. Maybe this middle size one. That looks like that'd be about the right size. Any other ones of note? I can probably stick one of these very small ones here or here. That's one of the reasons why I love playing with transfers. It's a fun way to accentuate your art piece. And by art piece, we mean plastic toys. All right, so let me look for my pair of itty-bitty scissors. Because goodness knows, when you're working with itty-bitty transfers, you need itty-bitty stickers. And again, by stickers, this time I mean scissors. You need itty-bitty scissors. Man. So, they're around here somewhere. Found them. Let's roll this back a little bit, since I want to do this big one here on the hatch. Or, well, a transfer on the hatch. Let's do one of these. How about this one that's hanging out just a little bit? Perfect. Twink. Then we carefully want to edge it as close as we can. Again, that's an advantage of having the itty-bitty teeny tiny scissors. Let's just zoom this in for our viewing audience. Perfect. Oh, that's looking good. A nice close shave. Got to get it as close as we can. Boink. Nice. So let's stick this in our water pot. Yes, you may notice that this is some nice clear water. That is because I changed the paint water right before filming. Speaking from terrible experience, do not use dirty paint water. Just take the effort to change your paint water. Goodness knows I've burned myself by ruining transfers because I didn't change the paint water. So yeah, change your paint water every time you're going to use a transfer. Oh, I'm so happy I've said the word transfer instead of stickers 3 times in a row. Ha ha! Well, hey, Billy Madison, thanks for joining us tonight. Yeah, putting the work in this transfer here. It's ready to slide on when this blue paperback falls off. Just gotta wait for it to separate naturally, but we can play with it a little bit to try to coax it. Well, hey, we got a lot of likes coming in. Thanks, everyone. Let's see, let's zoom this out a little bit, and we'll work on our next couple transfers. That'll be this fancy schmancy fire support. It might be nice to stick one of these campaign badges on it. I have to figure that out. Get this in as close as we can. Oop, drop my brush. That's never good. Nice. We'll go ahead and trim these dangly bits off. Then we'll stick it in the water. And I better go pick up my other brush. One sec. Got it. Yeah, looking good. So, let's go ahead and check on this transfer. Oh, it's close. It's like a watch pot never boils. The paper's got to soak through and just kind of come off the transfer on its own. So that gives us time to first take a sip of Coca-Cola. Delicious, but not nutritious. Let's go ahead and trim off one of these other transfers. Oop, drop my brush again. Let's give it a 2. Nice. And then we'll gently go up and around, pluck it off, and drop it in. And see, that right there, look, it sunk right to the bottom. That's another good reason why we changed the paint water. You never know when that's gonna happen. Now it's stuck at the bottom, and I'm gonna have to go fishing. And despite growing up a fisherman, I'm not good at it anymore. Alrighty, now let's check on this guy again. So close, so close. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's ready, so we'll just take a little bit of water off our brush. We'll stick it in this matte varnish. We'll prep the receiving area. Just do a little zigzag, a little dot here. All right. Now let's zoom out just a little bit. Then we'll go ahead and pick this guy up. Oh, doesn't it look so sharp? It's going to be the pride of the motor pool. The Minotaurs will come after this guy. They'll say, that is a nice looking tank. We're going to steal that tank. And Lamenters are going to say, no way, not today. It's not Bad Ab anymore, so now you'll pay. Oh, doesn't that look so nice? Let's use the Q-tip to center it just a little more. Let's use the brush. Stick a little more varnish on it so it'll stick. There we go, straighten that out. Then we'll stick a little bit of varnish up and down to keep it in place. And so it doesn't gloss and look weird, we'll wipe off the excess with the Q-tip. What we're going to do is we're going to roll it between our fingers and go up and down, left and right. Oh, doesn't that look nice? Hooray! Now that is ready to go on the front line. Well, hey, I'm seeing some comments light up. Who is Nerdy John? Well, hey, thanks for joining us tonight. How's it hanging, my friend? You're looking to buy your first army. What would I recommend? Well, Nerdy John, let me tell you that this is not a popular answer, but it is probably the most honest answer and probably the best answer. So my question to you, John, is what kind of play style do you like and what colors do you want to paint? Nerdy John, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. So yes, what kind of army you pick up is gonna totally depend on what your other interests are. For example, this army I played, the Lamenters, they're very melee focused, but they're also robust enough that they can go into a gun line if they need to. But far and away, they do melee all day. Then second question, what colors do you like to paint? For example, my brother-in-law is getting into World Eaters. They're also melee focused, but, they have, in lore, they're a chaotic army, so they have different overall flavor than the Lamenters, even though they're both melee focused. But he, instead of painting them the normal red, he wants to paint them to look like the Joker. So it's going to be a lot of purple. Lots and lots of purple. So we're working together on a few different paint recipes to try to help him create that vision. So here's the important bit. His vision isn't playing World Eaters. His vision is playing melee armies that look like Joker. So it could be down the road after we paint a couple models. It could be after painting a couple models he decides that maybe World Eaters aren't his thing. Maybe he'll decide Blood Angels like me. So John, yes, you love purple. Purple is a fantastic color. Emperor's Children are an army that is associated with the color purple. They do have a lot of lore behind them because they're a very historic chapter in Warhammer. They are a pretty... there's a lot of suspicion that the Warhammer company, Games Workshop, might release some new models for them this summer. However, everything's a rumor until it's proved true. So, and that's another thing. Every so often, different armies are at the top of the meta, kind of like video games. there are certain army lesson loadout that are considered meta. Here's the thing. Chasing the Warhammer meta just is not fun at all. So that's why, I'm asking all these questions about what you like. Because investing in a Warhammer army should be a hobby that's fun for you, and it'll be a hobby that'll last for years. So, paying hundreds of dollars to play the Army of the Month is not fun. It only makes the Warhammer Company Games Workshop richer, and you don't have any fun while doing it. Ooh, yeah, Nerdy John. Blood Angels are a fantastic choice. Now, like I was saying, in the Warhammer meta, different armies have different ups and downs. Right now, Blood Angels are at a down in the meta, but that doesn't stop me from playing them. That doesn't stop me from having fun playing them. And it's also worth noting that, the meta's always going to change. So it doesn't matter who's at the top today. Doesn't matter who's at the top tomorrow. What's important is that you're having fun today. Yes, you gotta go with the ones that are the coolest. And in my extremely biased opinion, that is why I also recommend Blood Angels. My Yellow Lamenter Blood Angels. There we go, got the transfer out. Now let's gently slide it on. Sometimes I'm a little too ambitious. Sticking a number on top of another transfer is generally not easy. I enjoy the look of it, but man, usually I end up regretting this. Ha. Oh, I'm so close. Yeah, I think that's what we're looking for. It's not perfectly lined up, but it's pretty well lined up. Doink, doink. There we go. Perfect. Oh, yeah, Vampire Space Marines. That's Blood Angels, all right. And there are even different chapters that focus on, different elements. So you go Flesh Eaters or Flesh... Yeah, you go for Flesh Eaters. They play up or Angels Vermilion, they play up the vampiric bits. You go for Flesh Terrors. You'll find that there are a lot of Space Marine chapters that have very similar names. And Blood Angels and Dark Angels are probably the ones that are the most guilty of this. They have very similar names. So yeah, Angels Vermilion and Flesh Eaters play very hard into the vampiric line. If you'd like, you could even get some of the new, what are they called? Soul Blight? Gravelord Bright Lords? Soul something Bright Lords to bits to give them more of a vampiric look. That'll look real cool. Let's see, John says, you haven't painted anything since middle school. Yeah. Painting is a fun hobby. It's a hard one to pick up. I've been at this for 3 years, and sometimes I feel like it's only been this last year that I've started to see sizable improvement. But yeah, just persist, practice, keep painting. Well, hey, we're over 500 likes. Thanks, everyone. Let's see. Let's think. We got to transfer over here. Let's put a little circle on this, a little heart circle to balance out that look. So let's go ahead and trim this guy. Jamie says, that's how it is. You feel the same way. Yes. I feel like I'm my own worst critic. I'll paint something and, I'll be looking at it saying, oh, my lighting was off the model. Oh, I should have used this technique to get this lighting effect. Oh, I should have done this, that, or the other. And then a friend will see, I'll look at this. I'll say, oh, my panel modulation is off. It shouldn't be this dark here in the center. I want it more on the edges. And then a friend looks at it and says, wow, that is a cool looking tank. And that usually pulls me out of it to say, oh yeah, even though I have these self-critiques, it is a cool looking tank. So yeah, don't beat yourself up today for what you can paint today tomorrow. That almost sounded profound. Don't judge yourself by how you paint hold on. Don't judge tomorrow's paint by what you paint today? I don't know. Bing Bong asks, what's my favorite chapter? I would say, Bing Bong, it has to be these golden boys. They're called the Lamenters. They're a Blood Angel successor chapter, and unfortunately unlucky. Well, hey, Nerdy John. I'm so excited for you to head to a Comic-Con. Yeah, that'll be a great spot to pick up a starter set. That'll be a great spot to get advice in general. Here's actually this actually works for real life too. Always ask questions. Always go in with a mindset that's eager and willing to learn. That hasn't just helped me learn how to paint better, because I'm always saying, oh, wow, this is a really cool technique. How did you do it? Or, I really like how you got your shading. What shade paints do you use? I'm always asking people at work, wow, that was a really cool thing you did. How did you know to do that? Or where did you learn to do that? Questions like that. Yeah, Jamie and Ace, they are notoriously unlucky. But yeah, the salamanders are so cool. I'm glad they're your favorite, Jamie. Yeah, what I usually hear is that the Lamenters and the salamanders are the nicest Marines in the Imperium. Especially the civilians. And then you have other chapters that'll commit war crimes on the frequent. War crimes for days. Oh, Austin says, don't worry, the Primaris reinforcement we get will die in a warp drive accident. Yep, that's how it goes. Hi, Skeleronin. Thanks for joining us tonight. Let's see, Skeleronin says, do you want to know what I am painting for my Space Marines? Of course I do. Yes, please tell me. Nerdy John says, the bolt gun video game is what really got me into the lore. Such a beautiful game, yes. Oh my goodness, that game is fantastic. The first time I saw its nostalgia-driven trailer, I was blown away. Ooh, Jamie says, I also like the Tau. Yeah, the Tau have a lot of really cool lore behind them. I really like, the idea of being a kind of similar to the Covenant in Halo. But what bugs me is that it hasn't been until recently, with the release of the new Kroot models, that they've really started to pad out their armies with non-Tau units. In the old days of Warhammer, not only were there the Kroot, but there were these units called the Vespids. Think like the Geonosians from Star Wars, but without arms. Yeah, for whatever reasons, they didn't have arms. But, yeah. The Vespid models are some of the oldest models in Warhammer right now. There is a rumor they're going to get a refresh eventually in a flying-themed kill team. But, rumors are just rumors until, somebody puts out something official. Or we get a huge leak like the Custodes and Orc leaks that happened earlier this week. Oh, what a nice looking transfer. Austin says, I enjoyed when we went back to see if they advanced, the Space Marines got shot by a cannon. Yes! Oh, yes, that was hilarious. They weren't expecting them to, it's literally a 5,000-year leap. You don't expect them to advance so quickly. That's why there's this question and concern surrounding them based on how quickly they advanced, if there's some kind of force pushing them to advance so quickly. Only time will tell, I suppose. Oh, yeah, they are definitely the most advanced by a lot. Well, hey, part-time Space Marine, yeah. Big Lamenter fan here. Eric Hammer, that is an awesome name. Thanks for joining us. Rickster! Hey, how's it going? I am doing so good. How about yourself? Yes, Austin, I blame the Great Ones too. They are no fun at all. Those silly space frogs. Yeah, part-time Space Marine. I feel bad for them too. That's part of what really got me into them. That, their whole Shakespearean tragic backstory. I was like, I really relate to this. Yeah, I started getting into Warhammer, after a big layoff from work. It was a real tough time to be in my specific industry. So, I found a lot of consolation in learning more about how the Lamenters persevered and became stronger despite their hardships. And, that was something that really spoke to me personally and my personal struggles at that time. It's not fun being laid off. Well, hey, Rickster, I'm happy to provide a happy voice. That's what Paint and Chill is about. We help each other out because, goodness knows, it's a real rough time out there in real life. So it's fun to, just chill with friends. Ooh. Part-time Space Marines painted some Lamenters. That's awesome. Austin's about to paint some Black Krakens. They're an awesome Salamanders chapter. What's it called? Subchapter? Successor chapter. Yeah, that's what it's called. The Black Krakens are an awesome successor chapter. Yeah, Rickster, anytime. Let's see, Austin says, oh, yep. Austin also picked the Lamenters because they're connected to his life. It's a real fun way to bring them to life. Nerdy John asks a great question for somebody starting their Chaos Army. He asks, so if he goes with Emperor's Children, being a Chaos Army, does that mean you would also need to take demons? And the answer is, it depends on your playstyle. I really don't like giving the answer, it depends, but the catch is, it's the most accurate answer. So the reason you'd get a demon is to focus on specific traits you want in an army. Demons are really good at melee. Emperor's Children also focus on a lot of sonic ranged weaponry. Although they do have a few strong melee units, by far and away right now their army is built around a ranged experience. So if you're looking to demons as a way to supplement perceived inefficiencies in your melee, you could pick some up. But it's worth noting that not all demons are able to be brought in a Chaos Space Marine army. There's a reason why Chaos Demons is its own army, and a reason why Chaos Space Marines is its own army. So what I would do you have the Warhammer 40,000 app, Nerdy John? It's a free app if you're, I say free. Free me, yeah? Okay. It's complicated. For Chaos, it's not going to stay free forever. Some factions, like Space Marines, AdMech, Necrons, and Tyranids are locked behind a paywall. Oh, a paywall behind a $60 book, as well as a $7 a month app. But if you're just looking to get an idea of what you can take, I would download the Warhammer 40,000 app for now, for free. For the short time it's going to remain free for your army. I'd go over to Chaos Space Marines. And then I would just look at your index to see what units you can and can't take. So you got, because there's not an independent army for Emperor's Children yet. I wouldn't be surprised if there is later this summer. I would go off the general Chaos Space Marine list to see what you can and can't take. There's a few demonic units on here, not a lot. Oh yeah, Lucius the Eternal, that's an Emperor's Children unit. And there's like a handful of Chaos units you can take as, you can usually take like one unit as a allied unit. So it's, not the best long-term tool, because eventually whenever Emperor's Children Army comes out or the Chaos Codex comes out, that whole Chaos Space Marine army is going to be locked behind not one, but two paywalls. So, yeah, it's a good free tool for now. There are other Warhammer list builders out there. They border on some illegality, so I would not be foolish enough to endorse it on a live recording. Wink, wink, nod, nod. But yeah, I love what Austin's saying about going to eBay for cheap units. eBay is a real nice place to find some cheap secondhand units. And if you're picking a main faction like Emperor's Children, you can probably find some that are already painted. Oh, yeah. Austin also brings up another good point. Do you have a Warhammer store close by? If you do, excuse me, Bert. If you do, they have an entry-level paint class. Yes, part-time Space Marine. I buy a lot of units. Oh, especially this Vindicator from eBay. This is actually an eBay unit I rescued. When I bought it, it was built incorrectly, and this bulldozer blade wasn't working. This mortar was glued in, but I did what I could to salvage the model as much as I can. If you're familiar with Vindicators, you'll notice that this side armor isn't on quite correctly. They glued it on wrong, and I did some finagling to make it work. Ooh, Nerdy John has a great question. How many clone troopers would it take to fight a Space Marine? Yeah, I like what Austin's saying. Anakin's 501st, one Space Marine versus one clone trooper wipes. You do a squad of five 501st troopers versus one Space Marine. Space Marine probably wins. Let's see. Okay, Nerdy John says there's a comic book card shop 30 minutes away. That's nice. Galactic Empire, thanks for joining us. You came at just the right time. We would appreciate your Star Wars and Warhammer knowledge here. We are discussing what it would take for clone troopers to beat Space Marines. We seem to be in agreement that a squad of 501st could not beat a single Space Marine. My bet is if you do a squad of ARC troopers, they could probably outwit and take down a Space Marine, but then again, the catch is also, is it a Marine? Is it a what's it called? A gladiatorial battle? What is this like in the dark halls of a spaceship? Yeah, Austin, that's why I'm pointing out the 501st specifically. Clones would need to be commandos and have a jump start on the Space Marines. That's why I'm confident that ARC troopers, a squad of 5, could beat one Space Marine. Especially put them in a spaceship hallway. Boarding action, there we go. Put them on a boarding action set. In a spaceship. I bet the squad of ARC troopers could outmaneuver and take down the Space Marine. But put everyone in a gladiatorial arena, Space Marine's going to wipe all 5. Let's see, Galactic Empire said clones would need an ATTE or a TX-130, not ARC troopers, a commando squad with plot armor. Yeah, commando squad with plot armor, maybe. Yeah, Dave Filoni puts Rex in there, and, Rex will come out winning no matter what. The man literally invented time travel to save Ahsoka. I would not doubt his commitment to not killing his darlings. Oh, yeah, Echoes are 5s. Yeah? Yep. Yeah, plot armor is legit. Plot armor is fun armor. Ryan, thanks for joining us. Yeah, let's take a look at these transfers. They're almost dry. They're looking good. They're looking good. I like what I'm seeing. Nice. Kind of want to put something... Let's see. We got two small ones on the side, one in the center. I kind of want to put something either right here or here. Would be good. Oh, Galactic Empire wants to see Dreddy. Oh, let's pull out our big boy. One sec. Oh, I'm afraid my office has gotten messier. And I have not done a good job cleaning it. All right. So I cleaned up Dreddy's legs a little bit. He's got some nice shoes. Yes, in the words of the immortal meme, what are those? But yeah, Dreddy's got drip. He's got a purity seal that's just about ready. He's got a little, what's it called? Scroll work that's just about done. Yes, your son is a good son. He's a well-dressed son. Oh, yeah, he does have a torso. It's right here. I did spill a little bit of oil wash on him. I'll do a little bit of modulation, try to blend that in. But, yeah, his rocket launcher's looking real good. I deepened some of the shading, so, his glorious glow is looking more glorious than ever. Yes. Yep, that's the fun thing about an oil wash. It's all about getting it to gleam. I also did some work on his double cannon. I shaded in the rest of the muzzle burn. It's still not quite 100% there, but, in terms of muzzle burn, it's probably some of the better muzzle burn I've done. I also did some... weathering here on this red bar, so it looks like it's gotten some natural wear and tear from multiple firing. Yeah, he's looking battle ready. Austin says he wishes he could show your dreadnought. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was a little bit of a dramatic zoom. But yeah, yes. Put some photos on your TikTok. I would love to see your dreadnought. I did break a couple of his purity seals. But, that's just purity seals. Now that I've actually got this zoom all the way in, I do see an opportunity to hit this weathering a little harder. It came out looking more yellow than dark brown, so I'll have to hit it again with some more gnome oil. Well, hey, thanks so much, Austin. I sure appreciate it. Yeah, I love sharing ideas about painting, and I love thinking about ways to, help, new painters or mid-range paint. What would you say? Middle? I don't know. I'm 3 years in. I don't think I'm great. But I look at my stuff and I go, yeah, that's pretty darn good. So there we go. Middle of the road painters. Ooh, John Wilson says that he's painting an Ultramarine and Captain right now. Nice. How's that coming along for you? Ooh, yeah, you painted your Chapter Master. Yes. That definitely takes a bit of time. Gotta make sure that comes out looking right, because that's going to be an important centerpiece for you. Well, hey, Darnielle, I appreciate it. I'll keep doing what makes me happy, and that is yellow. It was all yellow. Or however the song goes. Let me pick up some of the paints I dropped earlier. Ooh, a Discord server? I hadn't thought about making one before. I'll admit, the idea is tempting, but I don't think I have the time to manage one. Yeah, there we go. Someday, one day. Someday, one day is always a nice goal. Let's see. Oh, I know. Maybe I'll put a little agula here. Maybe this white one. Yeah, why don't we do that? The little white agula. Or maybe, actually, since I have a fifth company on this side, maybe I'll do a fifth company over here somewhere. Oh yeah, here on the back that I wanted to do earlier. There we go. I'll take this very small one. That's what I'll do. Oh, you have a Discord for your day job. Yeah. Yeah, it does sound like it'd be a lot of work. You gotta trim this guy close. There we go. Then we'll drop it in the water. Boink. Let that take a bath. That'll probably be the last transfer we do tonight, so I'll put it off to the side. My Daisy's... Oh! Daisy Not Day Job. It's a zombie survival game. That's awesome. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. Is that like a role-playing game like D&D? DQ, thanks for joining us. Oh, can't forget the Q-tip. Nice. Ooh. Again, a strong reminder to use clean, clear water for transfers. Let's see, we'll stick it here in this big area. We'll go ahead and fish this guy out. Ooh. Let me tell you, fishing is great when you're fishing for fish. It is not fun when you're fishing for transfers that stuck to the bottom. Oh, it's a serious role-playing game. That's awesome. I used to be really big into Dungeons and Dragons, like... Oh, shoot. 9 years... 9? Between 9 and 7 years ago. Did it very consistently for about 2 years. Oh, that is a good-looking transfer. Let's pat just a little more around the edges. Nice. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, it could be its own live. I'm excited. Yeah, that's the fun thing about hobbies. There's always an opportunity to find your people. Find a play group. Galactic Empire, thanks for coming back. How's it going? We just stuck this last transfer on. It's looking pretty good. Yeah, let's step back and admire our work. Oh, yeah, I'll tell you what. That's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty good. Nice. These are some good-looking transfers. Still kind of want to put something up here. Don't know what yet, though, but it's looking pretty good overall. Yeah, nice. Oh, yeah, can't forget to do the little bit of Rhinox hide up here to hide the purple. Yeah, that's one of those sad things. You gotta find little ways to cover up little blemishes like that. And you also need to be careful not to spill your paints. It's already sad spilling your paint, but spilling a unique color like Druchii Violet is not a lot of fun at all. Can't hear you. That is an awesome name. Thanks for coming by and saying hi. Well, perfect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let this little guy dry. I got to go log off for the night, do a little bit of work, prep for tomorrow. Let me tell you, I am ready for Friday. The work never ends, but the party can start then. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. It's been a fantastic evening with all of you. You're all amazing. I sure appreciate my time with you. You are what makes this Warhammer community a good community. Thanks again for your time, for your attention, and for the fun conversation. I hope you all have a fantastic evening. Thanks again, everyone. Bye.